According to a report, OceanGate's Titan submersible achieved less than 15% success rate in its deep dive attempts. 5 individuals, among them the British tycoon Hamish Harding, lost their lives when the submersible collapsed while on an underwater exploration mission on June 18th. The rest of the people on the ship included Stockton Rush, the CEO of OceanGate, Paul-Henri Narjolet, a diving expert from France, and Shahzada Dawood, a Pakistani businessman, along with his 19-year-old son, Suleiman. According to a waiver obtained by news outlets, the submersible has reached the wreckage depth in only 13 out of the 90 trips conducted by the company. The company achieved a 14% success rate and mentioned the Titan craft as experimental in the liability waiver, which spanned 4 pages. The company's website states that they have successfully conducted over 14 expeditions and 200 dives using 2 submersibles in various locations, such as the Pacific, Atlantic, and Gulf of Mexico. The craft emphasized its spacious cabin with a cylindrical shape, which was constructed using carbon fiber instead of the common titanium used in most submersibles. Concerns raised by external experts had previously focused on the sub's construction and materials. The Titan, measuring 22 feet in length and weighing 10,400 kilograms, had a relatively small internal space that was still tight even when carrying the maximum of 5 seated individuals. The submersible did not have certification or approval from any regulatory agencies, as stated in the waiver. Additionally, the waiver mentioned that the submersible was made using materials that are not commonly used in manned submersibles. In a video from 2018 shared on the organization's official YouTube channel, Rush explains the adhesive employed to secure the structure of the carbon fiber submersible, likening it to peanut butter and emphasizing its straightforward nature and thicker consistency compared to Elmer's glue. Rush acknowledges the limited margin for error, stating that there is little room for rectification if mistakes are made. David Lockridge, who served as the director of OceanGate's marine operations from 2015 to 2018, expressed his apprehension regarding the safety of the submarine and claims that he was terminated as a consequence. After departing from the organization, it is said that Mr. Lockridge sent an email to his colleague, Rob McCallum, expressing his concern that Rush's relentless pursuit of enhancing his own ego could potentially jeopardize the safety and well-being of himself and others, ultimately leading to fatal consequences. During the inspection, Mr. Lockridge expressed several concerns regarding the submersible. However, his primary and most significant concern revolved around the carbon fiber material utilized for constructing the hull. According to Brian Weed, a previous passenger, the submarine experienced a malfunction during a test run in 2021, causing its thrusters to cease functioning and leaving it submerged for over 2 hours. Ultimately, the submarine was unable to surpass a depth of 100 feet. One of the latest updates is that presumed remains of humans and fragments from the tourist submersible, which were crushed in an underwater explosion, resulting in the loss of all 5 lives on board, were retrieved from the depths of the ocean and transported to Canada, as reported by the US Coast Guard. The Canadian vessel Horizon Arctic transported the potential remains and fragmented parts of the submarine Titan. The transportation took place to St. John's, Newfoundland, located approximately 400 miles north of the incident site. The Coast Guard will transfer the evidence to a US port using a cutter, where it will be analyzed and tested by a Marine Board of Investigation. The purpose of this formal inquiry, which was initiated by the Guard, is to investigate the cause of the Titan's loss. The Coast Guard statement mentioned that experts in the medical field from the United States will perform a thorough examination of the presumed human remains that have been meticulously retrieved from the crash site. The specific details regarding the type and quantity of archaeological artifacts found at the site were not mentioned. A video from the Canadian Broadcast Corporation depicted the retrieval of the damaged submersible parts, including the nose, from the deck of the Horizon Arctic. The fragments were carefully wrapped in white tarp and lifted by a crane. The video footage also captured a fragmented section of the Titan's outer structure and equipment, which had loose wires, being removed from the vessel in St. John S, where the exploratory mission to the Titanic originated. The analysis of the wreckage is anticipated to provide further insight into the factors that led to the devastating collapse of the Titan. This incident occurred when the 22-foot vessel experienced a catastrophic implosion. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada, who is conducting their own investigation, has stated that their investigators have concluded initial interviews with the crew of Polar Prince, the surface support vessel flagged under Canada, and have confiscated the ship's voyage data recorder. The Transportation Safety Board also confirmed that it thoroughly examined, recorded, and organized all the materials found at the scene of the accident before handing them over to the US authorities. Pieces of the underwater vehicle, which had ceased communication with the Polar Prince approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes into its descent, lasting 2 hours on June 18th, were discovered scattered on the ocean floor. A multinational search came to an end when a robotic deep-sea diving vehicle, exploring the ocean floor over 2 miles beneath the surface, made a discovery. This discovery received widespread media coverage and determined the fate of the 5 individuals on board. The incident has prompted concerns regarding the lack of regulations surrounding these expeditions and OceanGate's choice to bypass third-party industry evaluation and approval for Titan's innovative structure. Pelagic Research, the organization responsible for operating a robotic vehicle used in debris recovery, released a statement informing that their team has accomplished their offshore operations successfully. OceanGate Expeditions, the company that launched the doomed Titan submersible trip to the wreckage of the Titanic, has ceased operations. OceanGate has currently halted all exploration and commercial activities, as indicated by a brief notification positioned in the upper left corner of their website. The company has faced close examination in the weeks after the unfortunate incident, with criticism coming from ex-employees, former passengers, and industry experts. These individuals have voiced their concerns regarding OceanGate's decision to undertake a potentially hazardous journey in a submersible that raises questions about its design. OceanGate's choice to halt its operations coincides with the recent revelation made by the company's ex-finance director, who alleged that she resigned due to CEO Stockton Rush's request for her to take over as the captain of the Titan after the dismissal of the craft's initial chief pilot, David Lockridge. A previous staff member at OceanGate expressed concerns about the safety of the company's Titanic submersible, highlighting the potential serious consequences and criticizing CEO Stockton Rush's inflated ego. David Lockridge, who served as the Director of Marine Operations at OceanGate from 2015 to 2018, was requested by Rush to carry out a thorough examination of the Titan, following concerns about safety. During this evaluation, Mr. Lockridge discovered several problems that were deemed to be significant safety risks. However, he claims that he faced opposition and was denied access to crucial documents during this process. These allegations were made in a lawsuit filed by Mr. Lockridge in 2018 after his employment was terminated. In recently disclosed emails, it has been revealed that Mr. Lockridge made significant efforts to bring attention to safety concerns regarding the Titan. These efforts, which occurred 5 years prior to the unfortunate incident, involved a 12,500-foot dive with 5 passengers, including Rush. In another email, Mr. Lockridge expressed his refusal to take part in diving the thing, emphasizing that no amount of money would have persuaded him to do so. A physicist with expertise in the field has made a plea to cease all tourist expeditions to the area where the Titan submersible imploded. So, what do you make of the 14% success rate and how the Titan craft was an experimental submersible that included a liability waiver, which spanned 4 pages? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.